Welcome back to Canada Immigration Matters, your trusted source for all things Canada immigration. Proudly presented by Chugo Immigration Services. In today's video, we're diving into the major 2025 overhaul to Canada's Open Work Permit program and how it ties directly into the new PR pathways outlined in IRCC's 2025-2026 Departmental Plan. Thinking of moving to Canada or joining a loved one? Stick with us to the end for everything you need to know to apply and prepare smartly for the coming changes. In this video, we will discuss the following. What is an open work permit? Who can apply for an open work permit? We will look at how to apply for an open work permit, as well as the step-by-step process to apply for an open work permit, and the required documents you need for the application. We will tell you the fees for the application, as well as the processing time. What happens when you arrive in Canada, and what are the benefits of the open work permit? You will see some examples of personalized pathways to give you an idea of whether you can apply. We will review a few frequently asked questions about open work permits. Let's start with what's new in 2025. Quick overview. IRCC has updated its policies to expand open work permit eligibility to more categories, offer better bridging options for PR applicants, and streamline work permit processing as part of its modernization goals. These changes are meant to make Canada more welcoming and more efficient in addressing labor shortages, especially in sectors like agriculture, construction, healthcare, and trades. Let us start with the first question. What is an open work permit, OWP? An open work permit lets you work for almost any employer in Canada. Unlike employer-specific work permits, you don't need a job offer or a labor market impact assessment (LMIA). That means more freedom and faster access to the Canadian job market. Who can apply for an open work permit? As of the middle of 2025, the following groups are eligible to apply: spouses or common law partners of skilled workers, international students or temporary residents inside or outside Canada, graduates with a post-graduation work permit, PGWP, or applying for PGWP extension, permanent residency applicants, especially under inland spousal sponsorship or humanitarian programs, refugees and protected persons with pending or approved claims, and lastly, international mobility applicants, depending on agreements or reciprocal programs. Let's move to how to apply for an open work permit. The application process is online, managed through the IRCC portal. Here's what to expect. Here is a step-by-step process to apply. First, you need to create an IRCC account on their website. Second, you will complete the application forms online digitally. You will need to upload supporting documents including your passport, proof of relationship, if applicable, and any other required forms. Thirdly, you need to pay the application fees online and upload the proof of payment. So that you know, you are required to upload the following documents: a valid passport, a digital photo, proof of your status if you are applying from inside Canada, a marriage certificate or proof of common law status if you are applying as a spouse, and a resume. Including a resume is optional, but we recommend including it in your application. Now, we take a look at the fees required for an open work permit application. The open work permit processing fee is $155. The open work permit holder fee is $100, and biometrics, if required, is $85. As I said before, you need to make the payment online and upload the proof of payment at the time of your application. What is the processing time for open work permit applications? The average processing time ranges from 6 to 10 weeks depending on your location and the complexity of your application. Everyone's application is unique. With the current backlog of immigration applications, you may expect additional delays in receiving your approval, so you will have to exercise some patience if your approval does not come within 10 weeks. What happens when you arrive in Canada? If you are applying from outside Canada, once your application is approved, you'll receive a letter of introduction. When you land in Canada, you will present this letter to a border officer who will then issue the actual work permit. From there, you're free to begin working with most employers across the country. You can check out our other videos on how to prepare your resume and how to succeed in a job search. It is not easy, so you will need to make a better effort. You can watch our other videos on how to prepare your resume and find jobs in Canada. Out of curiosity, what are the benefits of the open work permit? First, no employer lock-in. You are not tied to a specific employer or job. This means that you can switch jobs or employers without reapplying for another work permit. Second, work anywhere. You're free to work in any province or territory for any job or employer in Canada without reapplying for another work permit. And thirdly, supporting your permanent residency application. The work experience you gained under an open work permit may help you qualify for future immigration programs, such as the Canadian Experience class, for instance. What are some of the personalized pathways and options you can apply? Who should be paying attention? 1. If your spouse or partner is a skilled worker or student in Canada, you could apply for an open work permit. Secondly, if you're applying for permanent residency, you may be eligible for a bridging open work permit. For someone with experience in hospitality and farming, Canada's Agri-Food Pilot, Atlantic Immigration Program, or even certain provincial nominee programs, PNPs, might also be worth looking into. For example, if you are a 45-year-old auto mechanic or construction worker, you may want to explore the Federal Skilled Trades Program or a Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, targeting specific skilled trades. Many provinces are actively seeking skilled mechanics and technicians. If you are an auto mechanic, truck driver, or construction worker, you should try the Federal Skilled Trades Program, or a PNP. If you are a farm worker or a fish processing worker, you can explore the Agri-Food Pilot or the Atlantic Immigration Program. For international grads, you can maximize PGWP time while preparing for express entry. Before we conclude, let's review a few frequently asked questions. Do I need a job offer for an open work permit? No, that's what makes it so flexible. You don't need a job offer or LMIA. Can I apply for an open work permit from inside Canada? Yes, you can. If you have a valid status, such as a visitor waiting for a spousal sponsorship application, or you are on a study permit, or you are inside Canada as a protected person, you can apply online for an open work permit from inside Canada. How long is the permit valid? Usually, the work permit is valid between 1 and 3 years depending on your passport validity and category. The work permit is always issued to match the validity of your passport. So, if your passport is due to expire in less than 6 months, it is recommended that you renew your passport before applying for a work permit. Can I extend an open work permit? In many cases, yes, if your spouse continues working or studying, or your spousal sponsorship application is still pending approval. In this and similar cases, you can apply to extend or renew your work permit to allow you to remain and work or study in Canada. How can you prepare now for IRCC's 2025-2026 immigration vision? IRCC plans to prioritize faster digital processing, expand work permit pathways, and encourage more transitions to PR. So, it is best you review your eligibility criteria carefully and make sure you submit all the required documents and information so as to avoid unnecessary delays. Also, you can take language proficiency tests in English or French, as these will make the processing of your application faster and make it easier for you to find a job and adapt to the Canadian system. In addition, make sure your passport is valid for at least 2 or more years. Prepare proof of relationship if applying as a spouse. Get a professional and Canadian standard resume ready, and gather all immigration documents and save digital copies. Consider booking a consultation with Chugo Immigration Services. Final words, your next step. If you're serious about working or staying in Canada through an open work permit in 2025 or transitioning to PR, don't go it alone. Contact Chugo Immigration Services today. We've helped many applicants successfully navigate the Canadian immigration system. Whether you're applying from abroad or already in Canada, we're here to help with open work permit applications, PR pathways, PNPs, express entry, and much more. That's all we have for you today. If you found this video useful, like it, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.